Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and I'm sorry not being around lately. I was quite sick, and when I got over the initial sickness, a kidney crisis kind of like descended upon me, so couldn't do live streams for the past couple of times. Yeah, I believe since last Sunday. I am recovering now, and of course, I wouldn't want to miss the solar eclipse, which actually happens to be as well new moon in Aries. Just to make sure, it's new moon in Aries. Yep. Uh, it happened 2:21 p.m. East Coast. By the way, I saw some pictures of it. It didn't happen here in our part of the world, in Europe, but some amazing pictures are already swimming on Facebook and in the internet, and it was really marvelous. So for you guys who are in the United States, I hope many of you saw the beauty of the eclipse. Hello, Taco. Welcome to the stream, mate. So, what's gonna do the standard procedure here? First, that I'm going to do, that's going to be the collective reading. The cards for it, you probably observed at the thumbnail, but I'm going to show them to you in any case. And the first card that I drew for this solar eclipse, that is Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Lover's card. And the third one that we do have, that is the Nine of Pentacles. So these three cards, okay? Those are the three cards for the solar eclipse. And according to them, what this solar eclipse does for all of us is actually to make things far easier when it comes to contribution, or in other words said, in terms of a investment. So in the next couple of weeks, things should be far easier for us to decide what to do and how to go about it. In other words, how to invest in one relationship or in one business or in, in one project, if you will. So this investment can carry on for a huge development, because that is what we have with these couple of cards. Hold on a second here. Oh my God. Okay. Hello, Mattia. This is what we have with these couple of cards. That is when you know exactly where to put your chips, where to put your money, where to put your efforts or your time or your dedication, so that can really produce a not just only above average but amazing results from or to come from that. And the only thing that can really hold us back comes from the other elements of dignity here, which is the Seven of Pentacles with the Lover's card. And that is that the investments required may not be something that we would lightly part with. So that's going to be, say the endeavor requires your time, but you don't want to give it your time, or requires your attention, you don't want to give it your attention, or requires your money, you don't want to give it your money. So long story short here, there will be a natural resistance of our personality and as well of our being when it comes to investing into say efficient and as well profitable goals here, and that should be our guiding compass in the next couple of weeks. So bottom line here is that we will know that it's gonna produce results, and yet our nature will rebuff the requirement of what we are to invest, whether in the relationship or whether in the business project. Thank you, Mattia. Hopefully you have one too. All right, guys, so that is the collective reading, and now there are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign, starting up with Aries and ending up with Pisces. Now bear in mind that these are a star sign readings, therefore you should use that information for a guidance, information to open your eyes for other options available, but as it is a star sign reading, not your personal one, it's very seldom going to happen to be an exact answer to whatever precarious situation you're finding yourself into, or if you do have any questions. But if you do wish my interpretations to be focused on your personal situations and as well questions, you can always go to my website, a link of which you're going to find in the description down below, and there at the very front page you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Other than that, if you do decide to support the show, you can do so using Super Chat or PayPal. The link for the PayPal you're going to find in the description down below. Speaking of which, Yasmin, thank you for the $20 PayPal. Thank you, Yasmin. And as well, Mattia, thank you for the $20 Thank you, Mattia. And Taco, thank you for the $33.33. Thank you, mate. Let me put you guys into the list. Okay. So you're going to have your reading at the end of the stream. That said, let me shuffle and see what how this solar eclipse is going to influence Aries according to my cards. Hey Anna, welcome to the stream. Hello, Cinnamon Kiss. Recovering. Today, finally, the stone passed the painful part, and I am recovering. All right, so for Aries, we have those three cards: King of Pentacles, the Hangman, and Six of Pentacles. Nancy, thank you for the $20. Thank you, Nancy. Let me put you into the list. Yeah, it is. You know, whomever told you that they have experienced pain, if it is not a kidney one, they know nothing about pain. Now that's the true pain. Okay, that is the true pain. News Devon, thank you for the £10. Thank you, News Devon. Let me put you into the list. Yeah, guys, and that is a reason. And thank you, by the way, for the support of the videos that I made. But this unexpected illness that I have, it's a reason that probably there will be a skip into the weekly video, unless Pisces Moonbeam want to do double time. But I don't think that I will be able to keep up with the double time. Okay, I'm certain that if she mobilizes, she will. But I'm not that kind of a person. Okay, I'm not that kind of a person. I don't know if I will be able to do the double time. So probably there won't be weeklies at the end of this week, because we are already 2 productions behind due to my sickness, because we are working for 2 weeks behind. In any case, with Aries, it's a bit of a difficult read here that we that we have, and the solar eclipse for Aries is gonna open up the perspective of where it's very close to the collective. It opens up the perspective where your investments, guys, are gonna actually make a solid ground, or in other words said, what is worth developing to the end and what isn't. Because with the 6 of Pentacles being next to the King of Pentacles, that pretty much represents when there are things that does not depend on you, okay? And you may have all the money in the world, for example, but if that person doesn't want to sell you, okay, no matter how much you offer, they will not. So next couple of weeks are going to be a sobering period for you, Aries, where you get to allocate resources, not just only material resources, any kind of resources, from one place to another, that is going to significantly improve your ability to push forward with your things, whether in your love life or whether into your career. Just don't be stubborn. If one thing doesn't want to work out, another will. And that another is going to be better than the one that you would like to work. But it is just having that Hangman and this 6 of Pentacles, it pretty much puts a wall on the things that are simply not good for you, so to speak, for the next couple of weeks. Anna, thank you for the $20 US. Thank you, Anna. Let me put you into the list as well. All right, next, that will be Taurus. Oh, she doesn't want to do a double time? Okay. All right, Pisces Moonbeam, we're going to discuss it later. I mean, after the live stream, because we are a couple behind, okay? And for one, we have to do a double time, and for the other, we have to do a time and a half. So let's discuss it after the live stream. Now, quite the opposite for Taurus of Aries. Those 3 cards. And it is this solar eclipse opens you the possibility to make a far bigger leap than initially anticipated. Okay, and just to give you an example how it may play out for you, Taurus, I'd say you are competing for a certain position at work, and this solar eclipse opens up for you even a bigger one. So it presents you with a far better opportunity, so to speak, than the one that you are currently contesting for or are fighting for. Now, there are a couple of things that are accompanying this new presentation of a new opportunity. One is that it's yes, or you take it or leave it. right? There is no negotiation about it. There is no waiting about it. It opens up and you will have to say yes or no right there on spot. And the other thing it is that you are about to, if you do say yes, you are about to screw someone over, because that position was for someone else who for one or another reason can't take it right now, but it can take it further into the future. And this is just an example. No different, for example, that say you do have a friend that it is dating someone that you do like as well, and that friend goes for a business trip or something like that for extended period of time, and you know you have a shot on the person you like, although he's dating your friend at the same time, all right, or he's getting closer to your friend instead. So you get to screw your friend, but you do get to have a relationship. So you do have such a shot, okay? Whether you take it or not, it's entirely depends on you. Yeah, they're really fun to make as well. I like making them, and that's the better part of the whole thing, you know, because while I am quite well doing live streams and all that, because you know I'm interacting with you guys and I'm seeing your response and all these things. Doing videos is such a chore, right? And you are seeing what about if you take all the videos together, about a couple of hours, but this is a days of production. Not this time though, not this time. These videos were flying for me doing them. So I will keep on doing them. It is just like I said, we do have a pace with Pisces Moonbeam, and every sickness that I have is hurting the pace. So whether we increase the pace, which we both don't want to do, or we skip. And the truth is that if I do something that I don't want to do, the product is gonna be shade. That is not just only for me, but for anyone. All right, Gemini now. I hopefully did. Yeah. Well, you know that I always speak that tarot doesn't give, I mean, you have to give a direction so tarot can work like your question. Well, this is what Lenormand does. It gives the foundation, it gives the event, and then tarot displays that event and how this event is going to unfold, and it works brilliantly. All right, for Gemini, those are the 3 cards we have for you guys. Page of Wands, 5 of Wands, and as well Queen of Pentacles. So the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse for you, Gemini, will make you meet a lot of people, a lot of new people. And these are going to be random encounters going forward into the next couple of weeks. Now that these encounters, they are marked by the Page of Wands. And while the initial stage of these encounters is going to be pretty pleasant, you got to be very careful how you treat those people that you are encountering throughout the next couple of weeks, because whatever impression you do into them, it's not going to be obvious on a whim, okay? And what is prominent for the Page of Wands is that while they don't give an impression for, they are very fragile from within. So you may say something that is ordinary for you, and that may insult them, and they're not gonna pretty much show it. So it's gonna be important that you do keep your words in check. Other than that, the solar eclipse for you, Gemini, opens up a lot of surprising events, a lot of surprises that will shake you a little bit, in a sense of that they're going to make your environment a bit more chaotic than you would like, but in the same time they will have a promise for many new experiences. Right, so next, Cancer. Oh, it's chilling. Those are the 3 cards, guys. And this solar eclipse for Cancer ain't gonna be the best thing ever. You can see that from the cards. Now, luckily for you, Cancer, although the 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups, we all know that these are not exactly pleasant cards. They are neutrals in this spread, which means that, can I put it into words? Let's put it that way. They do cancel each other to a certain extent. So what this pretty much means is that while not everything is going to be flying for you in the next couple of weeks, you ain't going to give a dime about it, because there will be something, always something in there that will have a promise for you that the future actually holds better perspective, not for something else, but for the same thing that it isn't going on very well right now. Just to give you an example, your marriage may be on a rocky patch right now, but although it's on a rocky patch, you will have no doubt that this marriage will improve, because there is always going to be something to give you that impression, that conviction. It's not just only an impression as well. And that will help you to maintain your resolve, because this is what it is all about here, a resolve, that this unsatisfying situation, not just only about the family, okay, maybe for you it could be for something else. That was just an example with the family. But wherever you do have a unsatisfiable standing in situations, your resolve will be unwavering. Actually, you will have confident resolve. That will allow you to pretty much push through that period and enjoy better times afterwards. All right, next, Leo. I don't know. Maybe I've moved my table. I usually take that spot. Three of Pentacles. Leo. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Six of Wands. The right people. The solar eclipse is going to bring you the right people that will allow you to proceed with your goal. These are people who are going to support you. That could be an organization, it could be one person as well. But bottom line is that they or him or her, okay, have the necessary resources, whether expertise, whether money, whether time, whether skill, whatever the case, to help you through your development. And so what your expectation could be here is that within this solar eclipse, you can produce quite of a fruitful collaboration with a someone or with an organization or with an entity that will help you to further your goal, which depending on what kind of a goal you have, the results are going to be either a harmonious social relationships or harmonious intimate relationships, or a quite lucrative business maneuvers, but is going to take time. This isn't about getting rich overnight. This is about getting continuously, step by step, improvement in that particular field. But you're definitely going to have the help needed or the support needed for your whether personal or professional development. All right, next, Virgo. Very strong here. Those three cards. Is that what you wish, Cinnamon Kiss? Those three cards: Queen of Wands, Eight of Swords, Six of Swords. It's liberty. In a sense of that there were some limits to this point. In most cases, by these cards, these are self-imposed limits, which have stopped you of prevailing, or in another word said, be successful. But now, as this solar eclipse progresses, because it's in effect for 2 weeks, at least that is how I am observing it here through the cards, the more and more you're gonna grow to pass through those limits or push through those limits, so to speak, and come to agreement with yourself that you have to do something about, say, your dreams, because that is how these couple of cards stay. Okay, let me show them to you. Queen of Wands and the Six of Swords. That is when you know what you need to do in order to make or to start making your dreams reality. But like I said, there are certain limitations that you have bestowed that are not allowing you to do what you know you must do. And this solar eclipse will help you push through those limitations and finally traverse that threshold of doing what you need to do in order to get the person you love, or to start the job you want, or to kickstart the business you are preparing, and so on and so forth. Because with the Queen of Wands on the prime position here, the Queen of Wands very well knows, has an astute sense what is needed and where the wind is blowing from, and the direction that the wind is blowing to as well. So she basically has the recipe how to succeed, and whether you use that recipe or not, and you do what this recipe says, it's entirely up to you, Virgo. But you are going to have it. It is going to come through your, like I said, astute sense of prevailing in the next couple of weeks. All right, next, Libra. Hello, Jen. Hello, Yada. These three cards for Libra. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Moon. Let me get a glass of water. So either this is going to be a quite of a, I don't know how to even call it, karmic, fateful period in between you and someone around you, where you are gonna do what you are supposed to do and kind of like get bonded through it. Or this will be a period where you Libra are going to see exactly what can work from you for you, I'm sorry, from the options available and the resources you already have. Now, for example, say you have a couple of ideas for business, and this solar eclipse is going to shine upon this one that will work out, not the rest. So you are going to have a clear picture which business idea has a merit and which doesn't. Or another example, say you have a few people that you like and they all are eager to date with you, but you don't know which one to put your bet into, right? Because you don't want to date all of them, you're not that kind of a person. And this solar eclipse is going to make you figure out which one is with the best potential. So you're going to have your answer, what is going to work for you. And actually, it's not going to be much of an answer as well. I mean, it's going to come to your understanding which one you cannot escape from. Okay, because one way or another, you will end up with this option, and that's gonna come to your understanding. So why delay it? CBD? You mean weed? No, weed is illegal. Weed is illegal. Oh, cinnamon kiss. I do have meds that can take care for the pain. The thing is that I don't want to abuse them, okay? And I do take them only when the pain is unbearable. That is the only time I take those meds. I do have a very strong painkillers, very strong painkillers. Scorpio. No, it's not legalized here. That is such a weird thing for Scorpio. Those are the cards. The star, six of wands, and the nine of pentacles. Oh, I get it. I get it. So, all right, for Scorpio, uh, it comes to us, right? It comes to us in terms of perfection. So as a general reading, what comes will significantly vary for each one of Scorpio. But as per the star card, it is within the most problematic field, or the DOA field, that does not exist, right? Whether you are jobless, right, and you have no prospect for work right now, well, that is the DOA field, so that is where it comes. Or you are single and you have no prospects for dating, or the very slight prospects for dating, so this is where it comes. Or you are like me and you are just coming back to YouTube, you know, and because up until now the YouTube was almost DOA for you, and this is where it comes. I mean, I'm just kidding, but yeah, it's where it comes. Okay, that's expansion, because this isn't just only development, this isn't an expansion. Imagine it imagine it that way, guys. You have no prospect whatsoever there, and suddenly one opens up that fits entirely your criteria. Say, you know, your love life is DOA, and Cinnamon Kiss here is Scorpio, and she likes a dark person who is handsome, tall, rich, right? She has standards, she has ideals, and those ideals and standards fulfilled, right? It happens, it comes up, that kind of a person. Or she doesn't have a job, right, and she wants a job that will allow her to take care of her kids, so she gets to pick up her shift. A job that will allow her, she wants a job that will allow her to live well, you know, not to scramble check to check and so on and so forth. And she does have standards for the job she wants to work, not whatever, right? And such a job comes within this solar eclipse. And what do we do as a Scorpio? Well, we force it. We want things to happen right now in this very moment, right? And that screws the thing over. We gotta take it slow, okay? Within the next, not just only within the next couple of weeks, within the next months, we gotta take it slow. Results are not gonna come overnight by a large margin, right? By a large margin. It will be slow development, little by little, moving forward. So that's our blessing here, but expecting that we can leap for a week and have a tremendous results, whether within our love life or whether within our business, career, friendships, whatsoever. And no, that's only going to whether we post the person, or, well, in our country we do have an expression, overcooking the meal, right? Nobody wants to eat overcooked meal. And when do you overcook? When you put the ignition, or you increase the heat so much, hoping that it's gonna cook faster than it needs to. Well, taking things slow isn't my strong point either, Cinnamon Kiss. Especially things I really want to happen, that I not really want to happen, but I doubt that are gonna happen, okay? When I have things that I am doubting that they're gonna work out, I just want the whole doubting process and the question mark to get to be over with, okay? And that's why I'm rushing it, but that's not how we should do it in the next couple of weeks. All right, Sagittarius. It is awesome, Cinnamon Kiss, for Scorpio. Hmm. Hmm. All right, those are your cards, Sagittarius. We have the Chariot, the Sun, and then it is the King of Swords. A challenge, very, very big challenge that's you are not accustomed to. It's what the solar eclipse is gonna bring. Can I have a bit of a break, guys? I really need one. I'm sorry. I will have a smoke for the break. Wow. Who is Celebrity Fantasia? And I'm sorry for my ignorance. But Yada, I am kind of like the same way, you know. Uh, for example, when I go out with a girl that I'm meeting for the first time, I want to know how I stand at the very end of this date. Okay, I just want to stand. And at the very end of the date, I'm pretty much saying whether I like her or not, and whether she likes me or not. Because if she doesn't like me, there is no point moving forward. You know, but what I am not taking under account is that she may be indifferent right now, okay, but she may grow to like me. So taking such a chance, it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's a stupid thing, but it is a pricey thing to do. But I would rather pay that price than to waste my time, because the alternative is, you know, you go forward, you date for a month or two, and then it ends up that she wants to be just a friend, like, you know, the story of my life, and it's just a waste of time. Thank you, Taco. No, it's a damage from the stone. You know, the stone already passed, but because it's scratching the urethra and all that, and all these kind of like organs, and it leaves damage. It's not a big one, but I suffered through much bigger one. In fact, right now I haven't took any pills whatsoever, and that's why it's hurting a bit. And it's hurting because, you know, when I get excited and I start moving, and it is when it starts calling, reminding itself to me. It remind me for itself. Reminds me for itself. Jesus, I can't even speak tonight. But yeah, guys, when you start feeling needles right at your back, right from right here, okay, at your back right here, when you start feeling needles, it's common. All right, it is common. So brace yourself. It's uric, Taco. It's uric. It's the one that cannot be dissolved. It can be dissolved, but it cannot be broken. It's not oxalate. Because if it is oxalate, you can break it. You know, you can go to a clinic, they can break it. It's not about even the money. The pain is so much that I'm ready to sell everything I own just to get rid of the pain, right? But it is uric. Yeah, who doesn't? Gotta be. Yeah, lemon water, and there is a one. It's a food supplement. It's called Kalat. dissolves those kind of stones, the uric stones. Well, tarot makes a lot of sense. You know, if you kind of like, if you have open mind about it, because very often, you know, just people want to hear what they want to hear, okay, and they are extrapolating the reading over something that is just not true. Because at the end of the day, you might have a reading in terms of the things are going to get better, and that is what you hear, and when you hear it, right, one imagines that from now on, you know, things are going to be better for the rest of the days. Like, I had so many cases, you know, where people, for example, were asking for their relationship or for their marriage or whatsoever. And whether the reading is showing that, you know, they're going to be fine or not, that's besides the point. Because, for example, when I say that, you know, things are going to get better and they're going to get along with each other and whatnot, and on the next day they have a certain argument, okay, the man and the woman, they have a certain argument, they fight over that argument, and that person calls me or writes me an email that, you know, they had an argument. Well, of course, I mean, there are ups and downs, you know, but overall, things are going to get better. I had that funny reading once. It was so many years ago, I can't remember. And there was that woman asked me about the man she's with, and she had she was insecure because that man kind of had a lot of friends, women, at his Facebook, okay, and she didn't like that. And so she asked me, you know, if this man is faithful and whatnot, and, you know, how can I keep him, you know, how can I make the relationship better? And I don't remember what I pulled, but I remember I told her that, you know, if she wants that relationship to be better, she just has to ignore the Facebook. It's just Facebook. It's not like he's making sex over the internet with him and whatnot. And the very same evening, she went and make a scandal, you know, a huge deal out of the Facebook thing. And the man picked up his stuff and walked away, you know. And so what she heard in the reading is that things are going to get better, and she missed the whole point of how they are going to get better. So that is very important. You listen, okay, how things are going to develop, because every reading has a condition to develop or to unfold the way it is predicted by the cards. And for example, you ask about your relationship, and if they show that the relationship is going to get better if something, and you don't want that relationship to get better, so you do the opposite of that thing. That's why tarot should be used more as a guidance rather than a fortune-telling tool, unlike Lenormand, because they show you what they show you, and there is no escaping that. Anyway, back to Sagittarius. A challenge, like I said, is going to be a challenge, not because we won't be able to deal with the situation here, Sagittarius. Now, that situation may vary. It literally could be anything. The challenge comes from these two cards here, which is the Chariot and the Sun. I don't think it's even self-sabotage, Cinemonkeys, because self-sabotage is to do something against you, okay, against your nature, in order to ruin yourself. That is like, for example, to be a really say, workaholic, and then out of spite to go lazy and not do your job. That is self-sabotage. I don't think that this is self-sabotage, because if we're following the example of that woman, you know, she is acting true to herself, okay? And even if that relationship gets better because she ignores the Facebook thing, she ain't gonna get better, because that thing always is gonna bug her. She's always gonna feel insecure with such a man who has a lot of girlfriends, or rather like a friends women in her Facebook. So obviously they're not going very well with each other. So I don't think it's self-sabotage. She just acted true to her nature, and that never can be self-sabotage, at least not in my book. So the challenge again comes from these two cards here. And like I said, it's not like you won't be able to overcome the challenge. The problem is going to be that you will face no sympathy, okay? Even though there may be people there that will have a desire to help you throughout this challenge, they will be unable to do it. So at the end of the day, you will have to handle the whole thing yourself. And that will be the last thing you want to handle right now. That is shown by the Sun next to the Chariot card. These two passive enemies, they don't go very well at all together. And going forward into the next couple of weeks, doing what you want to do, what is pleasant and what feels natural to you, only gonna make you skip responsibilities and kind of like deviate from accomplishing great deeds, for the lack of better expression. And the whole process that is going to be in front of you guys, whether that's a challenging project, whether it's a challenging client, or it's a challenging friend, or it's a challenging enterprise within your love life here, actually it's not that big of a problem. We can see that from these two cards, which are the Chariot and the King of Swords, because this isn't the brainstorming thing. Actually, there is not much of an obstacles as well. You just have to have a iron will and determination once armed with those things, and undertake the issue. You are going to see that actually it's quite easier than initially anticipated, and you don't need any help whatsoever. So basically the solar eclipse for you makes things much easier for the most challenging thing you're facing. Capricorn next. See, it's over now. I mean, the pain is gone. Okay. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and Two of Pentacles. Actually, not much to be said about those cards. The solar eclipse is gonna place you exactly where you belong, guys, and not in a bad way, even not by a mile here. It's gonna the solar eclipse is gonna situate you in a place where you will be quite content and as well happy. For example, just for example, the solar eclipse is gonna place you in a social circle where every interaction you have with the members of that social circle is going to be pleasant. Another example is gonna place you in a work environment where every task given is gonna be a task you will like to undertake, okay? And this is gonna start changing your not objective but concept of what is good for you and what is not good for you. I don't want to say what is wrong, okay, and what is bad, but what is not good for you, what is efficient and what is not efficient for you. So the solar eclipse for you guys is gonna send you the right things, okay, right people, the right enterprises, not However, unlike what was the other star sign that I read, something similar to that, for you isn't about making material progress, it's about developing an emotional stability. That is going to be the core here. Progress, material progress, it is possible, okay, but the core of this is so you get to enjoy what you are doing and enjoy whom you are interacting with. For Capricorn. Aquarius next. Yeah. Well, Cinnamon Kids, what do you mean safe? These three cards for Aquarius: the High Priestess, the World, and the Four of Wands. Give me a second, because we have quite of a contradiction. Okay. Wow. According to these cards, guys, the solar eclipse is going to be the mark where your where the important aspects are going to be already dealt with. So I can make my points across. Let's say that you have a client at work and you are anticipating quite of a difficult argue, right? Quite of a difficult negotiation coming forward. It's an important aspect for you, so you can close the deal and whatnot. Just to find out somewhere throughout the development of the solar eclipse up until the 25th of April, that this client is already dealt with. I mean, the insubordination with this client already dealt with. The only thing you got to do is just go there, present, you know, the order or present the idea, and they are going to agree with it. So long story short, within the solar eclipse is gonna, or rather like the solar eclipse is gonna bring to your attention that everything important that needed to be done is already done. Maybe not by you, maybe by someone else, but it does concern you. And now, in regards to your concerns and to your worries, things are going to go smooth. So it's time for you to think about something new, some kind of a new perspective, whether in your love life or whether into your career. Now, talking about the love life, if it happens that you do fall in love, I don't like to jinx it, but it's gonna be a big one here. Good night, Antoinette. Right. And last but not least will be Pisces. The Devil, the Ace of Wands, and the Tower. Those three. So imagine that a fate or karma or whatever you want to call it, it's a ship that you are riding, right? Right now that you're riding, And the solar eclipse gives you the ability to steer the ship the way you want. Just so you know, okay, this may come on a cost of some opportunities that you get to miss if you do allow the things to go with the flow. Right? So what happens is that for as long as this period of the new moon to full moon is active, you Pisces get to decide the rules, how things are gonna play out within your marriage, within your career, within your love life. You get to decide whether to break or make. You get to decide whether you want or not. You get to decide how things are going to move forward. So what happens here is that this this new moon in Aries allows you to satiate whatever yearnings or hunger you do have about, say, money, about, say, love. That's, like I said, is going to come on a price. You may not pay it right now, but the bill is going to come sooner or later. And most likely that bill is going to be in terms of a missed opportunities. So tread carefully and don't revel in it, because reveling in this, say, power that will be bestowed upon you, it's the biggest. Those who revel in it have the biggest price to pay. Also, safe mean honest, meaning no cheating. Antonio's twin, yeah. All right, so that's gonna do it for the 12th. And now the super chat readings. Let me get the other cards. All right, guys. Yasmin first. So let's check what the solar eclipse is gonna bring to you, Yasmin. Yeah, I have done that. Cinnamon kiss. All right, Pisces. Yasmin. Sorry. Those are cards for you. The subject, money. Money which are somehow related with your home. That could be money about, say, mortgage. That could be inheritance money. That could be money to purchase without a mortgage, or money to renovate your home. there is somehow a dispute or an argument about those money, most likely with, or there is going to be most likely with your family, whether how to use those money or where to get those money from. And the solar eclipse actually is gonna make these arguments be successfully led. What I mean is that ultimately, as a result, you are gonna be happy. The people that you are having the dispute is going to be the dispute with are going to be happy, and ultimately you are going to have the funds needed for whatever purpose regarding your house, your home, your living situation. That is what the solar eclipse is going to bring to you. All right, next, Taco. Well, listen, guys, Vedic astrology, it's more accustomed to the eastern part of the world, for what I know. Okay, so it doesn't correlate, it doesn't reflect to us very well. We who are born from the western side of the world, that's why the tropical astrology is called Western astrology, because it reflects us better. Pisces Moon being could elaborate on that. I may be wrong though. Thank you, Yadbi, for the 20. Love story as per usual. All right, Taco. 1 second. These are your Lenormand cards here. Okay, so it is the clouds, the rider, the star, and then it is the tower. And those are the tarot cards. It's about authority, whether a government authority, right? Or whether it could be a family authority. And that is the solar eclipse will give you the opportunity to get the upper hand. Yeah, it's going to give you the opportunity to get the upper hand. Basically, what it shows it is that it reveals you a way, a positive way through authority, and that revelation here, as the tarot shows, is going to be most likely through a leverage. You will get your hands on a specific information or a specific screw up from the other side, you know, and you're going to have a leverage, how to twist hands, whether you choose to twist hands or not. That is entirely up to you. Another interpretation is a business, that you are going to find a way how to establish business, if that is what you are after here. And same thing, okay? It will come through leverage that will allow you to kind of like cut certain corners, twist certain hands. Whether you decide to do that or not, it is entirely up to you. But the whole situation that you're going to experience, very reminiscent. What I mean is that you were through such thing before, it failed, okay, and now you get to actually have a the word is not exactly retribution, but let's say you get to have another goal, and this time around, like I said, you're gonna have your chance. You're gonna know exactly what you need to do, whether you're gonna do it or not. Up to you, mate. Twist and shout. Well, if that's your thing, if I'm at your place, I wouldn't shout. I would do it as quietly as possible. Don't want to drag any attention. All right, next, Mattia. You're welcome, Taco. Cinnamon Kiss, thank you for the £10. Thank you, Cinnamon Kiss. What do you need to know? All right. All right, Mattia. These are your cards. It's a friend. It's a friend, someone who, I don't want to say secretly, but without telling you, take care for things for you. So this solar eclipse is gonna bring you a super loyal companion that you get to rely upon maybe for the rest of your life if you do decide to rely upon whatsoever. Okay, that Ace of Swords, it shows that you don't get to know that person entirely though. Okay, so basically they're gonna have some side of them that they're not never gonna show. And just for example, imagine that that is someone who is a mobster and he doesn't want to involve you in that life of theirs, but they do have such a life and they don't want you to know anything about that life except that they have such a life, right? That is just for example. So that kind of a friend, a loyal companion, this solar eclipse is going to attract for you. They can really take care of many of your concerns and problems. So whether you allow them that to happen or not, it is entirely up to you. But that could be a friendship to be remembered. It could be a friendship that lasts for a lifetime. Highly advisable to take it. I don't know, Cinnamon Kiss. Probably. All right, next, Nancy. You want reading about your love life. So I will give you both versions of the cards, whether if you are single or if you are in a relationship, meaning dating right now or in a relationship. Well, according to the cards, that is possible, Mattia, but they haven't fully kind of like committed yet. So, Nancy, if you are in a relationship, and even if you aren't, okay, those are the cards which are showing you that currently you don't have any options available but one, either the person that you are with or a one that it is around you. Now, if you aren't in a relationship, how you are going to recognize that person? Well, the individual itself is very good into always be there for you emotionally, that is, okay? Not materially, they may not be able to do so, but emotionally they're always there for you. And if they aren't, because you know they may be timid to kind of like express it, the other way how you're going to recognize them, it is that they can always understand what you are going through and what you are saying. In other words, they can always place themselves into your shoes. And that lack of options available is up until June, July, the first week of August. Okay, up until the first week of August. So whenever you spot that option available for you, or if it is the one that you are going forward with right now and you do not like it, according to these cards, up until the first week of August, you are not going to have a better one. And the reason for that, it is because after the first week of August, with the current option available, things are going to get uphill. What I mean, not uphill as a challenge, but kind of like they are going to start lifting themselves. So things are going to start getting better and better and better in between you two. And yeah, I mean, the future holds a much brighter perspective in between you and that person. Now, the fact that we do have the strength card, it kind of means at the end of the reading here, okay, at the end of the reading, it kind of means that the behavior you do have toward one another, it's not exactly ideal, but that is going to click by the start of August. And from there on moving forward, there should be a clear path for both of you. Now, whether you choose to walk that path or not, entirely up to you. There is definitely someone around you, if you are not with a boyfriend or a husband, that has an eye on you, right? And wants to have experiences with you. So I told you how you're going to recognize them. It will benefit you if you do give the man a chance. All right, next, Anna. You're welcome, Mattia. What is Scrubs? Is that an entity? Well, see if he can kind of like I said, place himself in your shoes when you talk. Oh, medical information. Okay. Well, I know those are your card. That's an offer for a ride. It's an offer. This solar eclipse should bring you some kind of an offer for a traveling. And it's very possible that that's going to be a whole pack of traveling. What I mean is that it's not going to be from one person, but it's going to be from a society. Like your girlfriends are telling you, let's go somewhere for the summer, okay, or let's do that. It should revolve around a traveling, okay. uh it will be quite pleasant. What I mean is that the whole experience with the traveling and all that, it will be very, very pleasant. Another thing, or another way how this can manifest here, is building up recognition from a different places, okay, not just within your town, but also with the nearby towns, for example. Or if you do have an Instagram page or a Facebook page or whatnot, you know, and you're posting pictures there of your work or of yourself and whatnot, also building up a recognition that will bring some kind of an offer, say from a sponsor, say from a someone else. Someone may start liking you there and giving you that offer, but you're going to have whether an offer that comes from afar or whether an offer that is about traveling, okay, and that will regard to whether your followers, or it's going to be because of your followers, or it will be with them. But it's more about not having fun rather, but a more of a professional behavior. So it's more about business, I think. All right, Yadabi, how is the love story continuing? Oh, that's sweet, Cinnamon Kiss. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna go anywhere else because you know I am terrified traveling within England because you know what? Without any further notice or without any consecutive notice, everyone says, you know, this line is up to diversion, and when you aren't there, when you aren't local, and the bus or whatever case, you know, it drops you somewhere that you don't know where you are, it's freaking terrifying. It's freaking terrifying. So it will benefit England so much if they stop doing that. I don't know why they're doing it. It's up to diversion. Can't the, you know, if there is an accident or anything like that, can't the bus just, I don't know, bypass it through some kind of alleys or anything like this? Because our buses are doing it. I don't have a memory where any of our transport diverted a line on a whim. If a transport is going to divert a line, they are announcing it in the news the day before if the bus is gonna ride a different line, or the tram or the tube or whatever the case. That is so stressful and unreliable. All right, Alabi, those are the cards that we have for you. The time frame. by the end of February next year. Okay, by the end of February 2025. Your love story, girl. Yeah. Your love story is full of jealousy, according to these cards. So it's not like you ain't gonna have people to date with or even boyfriends within the next 1 year. In fact, I'd suspect that you're gonna have a handful of them. You know, people that you're gonna go out. People that you're gonna go out with, okay? People that you're gonna like and they're gonna like. Get an Uber or walk. Well, I don't think that I do agree with that because, you know, you have the bus that states that it's gonna go from one place to another and you buy a ticket and you rely on that thing, you know, because that's what the line says. And changing it on a whim, it's not cool. It's not cool. Because if I have to take Uber all the time, what the buses are good for then? Or the tube can't change, you know, the destination. But with the buses and the trams, well, that's gonna be a nice thing. So let me finish with Yarabi and I'm gonna tell you my story why I am so stressful about that. Okay. Right. So what happens here, Yara, is that within the next 1 year, uh, you're gonna start ending up with people that you like each other. Okay. But the problem is that this person or you are liked by another. And this exterior influence always is gonna mess around with, right? Always is gonna mess around with. And well, for them it's not change on a whim, right? For us is because they are notified, say, a couple of stops before, and when they have to change, they are saying this line is up to diversion, and it just divert right there. So what this is going to give you a chance, Yada, is to identify what kind of a people you can rely on, even if there is an exterior negative influence. Okay. For example, if that influence is towards you, there is someone that likes you and texts you nonstop and is trying to kind of like get your attention, you know, the person that you are dating with, not to freak out about it and get jealous and make problems, because at the end of the day, you don't have control over that thing, you know. The one that likes you and can't be with you, you can't stop them going around unless you get, you know, restraining order or anything like this, and vice versa. If someone is trying to get the person that you are dating with, that person don't give you any shred of doubt that they are gonna leave you for someone else. But by the start of February next year, you are gonna have a pretty stable interaction. Let's not call it relationship, more of a promising interaction, promising partner that you're gonna date with. And from there, You know, literally everything can happen. We have the the 7 of Cups, which points that whatever dream you have for a relationship can work out. But you gotta take it step by step in order that to happen. So what happened is that I was visiting my brother, and my plane was super early for a plane. It was like 9 a.m. and it was departing from Luton. So, and my brother was living in second zone back then in London. So I had to catch 94, bus 94 or something like this, who is gonna take me to Victoria Station, Victoria Coach Station. I'm gonna take a bus from there, and I'm gonna end up on Luton Airport about 7:40 a.m. or something like this. So I have plenty of time to go through the check-in. And I shit you not, 2 stops after I take on the bus, the 94, what I dread happened. This line is up to diversion. And I don't have a freaking time, right? I don't have a freaking time to figure out where I am and whatnot. Hopefully the diversion was a small one. I maintained my composure. I went to the driver and asked him, you know, are you eventually gonna end up at the Victoria Coach? Because this is literally where I have to go. All right, because I didn't have any money with me as well, because I wouldn't need any money. Everything was paid for. The bus ticket, the plane ticket, everything. And he said, yeah, in about half an hour, because, you know, we have to take a round trip. So, yeah. You're welcome, Yalbi. So ultimately, at the end, it worked out. But it's not cool. All right, News Devon. Your reading. What do you need to know? Yeah, I did too. I did go to Victoria bus station. Those are cards for you, News Devon. And what you need to know is that you are going to get for yourself a pretty stable, I would say, contract. Especially if you are working for a company that it is abroad, or that is your aim, or for example, you are applying for a visa or for a status or for something like this, that it is related to abroad. you are gonna get a pretty solid contract or pretty solid documents that are pretty much airtight about it. But most likely as well, it is related to a person as well, someone professional. So it's not excluded as well that this contract, these papers, because they are going to be papers, are going to be about a collaboration with this individual, so you can get ahead big time. Very possible that that could be as well an email, these papers to come to you via email that will solidify, how can I put it into words, you know, not your concerns, but your attempts to moving forward, most likely as well with your work and with your job. But as far as your predicaments and concerns goes for the next couple of weeks, you're gonna be killing it. Okay, you're gonna be killing it. Nothing is gonna stand a chance against you. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for these documents that are gonna come your way, or an email that you're going to receive that will unlock for you a possibilities. It will unlock for you stability, yes, but not just only stability as well. Predictability, you know, when you're pretty much secured for a foreseeable future. That is what you need to know. That such a paper, such a document, such an email is coming your way. All right, and Cinnamon Kiss. What do you need to know as well? I never caught a tube, by the way, in London. You're welcome, Ms. Devon. Only buses, and only with my brother. That was the only time I caught it by myself, and it went poorly. Where did I go from Victoria? Well, I took National Express to Luton Airport, and from there I just came back to Bulgaria. You're gonna love this cinema. Oh my god, you're gonna freaking love this. These are the 3 cards. So what do you need to know? It is that this solar eclipse is all about a successful business opportunities for you. Cinnamon Kiss. Successful business opportunities that can net you a lot of cash in the future. Thinking about it is the worst thing you can do. That is as per those couple of cards. You know, someone approaches you, tells you, you know what, do you want to do business? That thing and that thing, I have that idea. And you say, let me think about it. Okay, you lost it. And those business opportunities, they're going to be in a small quality. What I mean is that they're going to be for a cheap change. They're going to, but there are going to be many of them, many, like a handful of them. And it will stack up, right? So it will be very important that you catch the majority of them, if not all of them, right? That is what is important. But what these cards are speaking here is that you will have quite a successful business endeavors, business opportunities. And as well, if you have to do something with the government also, like a patent, like an agreement, or I don't know, allowance and whatnot, that also should play out very well for you and you to get it. So with that said, guys, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and we are gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.